Okay, so this is totally for fun because, you know, I'm driving home from my job and I'm in a lot of traffic, so I thought, how about I do a video that's just for fun because, you know, why always have to stay serious or talk about topics? Sometimes you can just do something crazy and talk about whatever you want to talk about. So, it's 5:47 and traffic is pretty heavy. I'm looking for my debit card in my purse as I'm driving because I need to get dinner. Because lately I've been going in the house and then deciding what I want to eat and having to go back outside into the cold, and I don't really want to do that today. So I'm looking for my debit card so that I can get food now and then go home and be in for the rest of the evening. And I'm having a problem, but I know it's in there because I used it at lunchtime. I hope it's in there. It would really suck if I laid it down, but I'm pretty sure. I'm believing that's in here. Just having a problem finding it right now. There's a lot of things in my purse, like lots of books and hair accessories and my footages, planners and etc. So lotion, deodorant, rings, soda. So, okay, I found my Dave & Buster's card, but that's not going to work for me to eat lunch, or dinner rather. So, come on card, where are you? Wherefore art thou, my card? The other day I was making a video and I had my card in my hand, and thankfully it only flashed toward the back of my card. Like my card was in my video, but it was only on the back of it, so you couldn't see anything important. So I'm like, oh yeah, that would not have been good if it was in the front of my card. I would have had to like put something on there to block it out. Okay, I'm not feeling it right now. Seriously, where are you? Card. Maybe I should pull over somewhere so I can look better. Make sure it's not in my seat. No, and I'm pretty sure I didn't put it in my food bag because my food bag was in the back seat. So I'll pull over and look for it. I'm not sure what I want to eat tonight. Food can get a little bit redundant. Like, okay, if I have to eat that same thing one more time, I'm going to lose my mind. 5:50. I'm wondering where I should put over. I could possibly call my friend and see if she wants to go get dinner, but this is her last week of school, so she's probably at home doing homework and trying to get caught up before, you know, the end of her school term. Saturday is her last day, so she might be, you know, busy, and I don't want to give her the temptation of, you know, going out to eat when she needs to be taking care of business. So, you know, that goes back to not causing your friend to fall, your brother to fall. I know that it would be a great temptation for her if I was to call her and ask her now, so I'm not going to do it. That is so crazy. I thought in my head, okay, not a good idea, I'm sure. Some things in your head can sound like such a good idea, like, you know, I should totally do this, I should totally go there, or ask this person to do this, and then, I mean, like, it seems like the right thing to do, like, let's go, but you know inside, like, don't do that, it's not safe, or it's not the right thing to do, it's not, just don't do it, and it can be very tempting and hard not to do it, but I'm thinking, yeah, it's not the best idea. But I'm quite tempted, that's for sure. I'm very, very tempted right now. I'm not talking about to do anything crazy like a sin. I'm not talking about to go, you know, have sex with someone. I'm saying like to invite someone to dinner. But thing is that if I were to invite that person to dinner, like, it could possibly, like, it's not an appropriate thing for me to do. Imagine that you're married and, you know, your husband's out of town and you have a friend that's a male, and, you know, it's like that. You're not going to go, it's not probably the best thing to go to dinner with the male guy, you know. Male guy, it's kind of redundant, but with the male friend while your husband is out of town. It's not quite the best thing to do. So that's kind of the thing I'm talking about. That's the thing that makes a difference when you have guy friends and girlfriends. You know, there's not much limit to your girlfriends. You know, they can come over your house, they can spend the night, you know, y'all can go together anywhere y'all want to go. But when you have guy friends, it's like, yeah, he's not quite, you can't put him in the same bucket as you can put the girls. You can't say I'm going to go, you know, here with him or there with him. You know, like with my girlfriends, I can immediately call and say, hey, do you want to go to the movies? Do you want to go to dinner? Do you want to go get lunch after church? And I can't really do that with a guy because it could become something inappropriate. So it's like saying, you know, what's the use of having a male friend? You know, like, you can't do normal things with them that you can do with your girlfriends. And you may be able to, but I believe, like, not giving Satan the playground. I believe not giving the enemy any room to play or to run and skip and have a good time. So I just steer clear of those type of situations. May it be okay, you know? Sure, it might be okay, but you don't just take some risk. You know, I just don't think they're worth the taking. I mean, I'm okay not going to dinner with someone. I don't need to go to dinner with someone that bad that I'm going to risk something inappropriate happening. And when I say that, it doesn't have to be, you know, something like sexual sin, because that means that we would have to be alone by ourselves. But I mean, like, an inappropriate, like, catching of some type of feelings that should not be there, you know. A lot of people think they have fallen for someone, I'm falling in love with him, but you're spending time with that person, you know. You're going places, you're giving yourself to that person, like, you know, intimately, not sexually, but intimately in the sense of talking to them and sharing things about yourself. So, you know, you're going to catch some sort of something for them. And a lot of times people think, like, oh, that means we need to be together, I love them, but you know, when you get with God, you really realize what love is, and that you find out that most of the time you thought you had it, it was never love to begin with. And then when you really get love, you find out, oh, yeah, all that wasn't it. So it's like, you know, when you have a plain, like a cheap cut of steak, and, you know, you eat it. No, not even, that's not a good example. A McChicken sandwich, okay? You know how it's like the chicken product, it's kind of ground up. If that's all you've ever eaten, you think that's chicken. But then if you really get a true cut of chicken breast, and you eat it, and like the regular chicken sandwich from there, I don't know the name of it, I guess the chicken sandwich, I don't know. If you get that, you find out, like, oh, this is chicken. You know, it's very different. It's better. It has a different texture to it. It's a lot better. And so that's how I feel about love. A lot of times we think codependency or neediness or, you know, infatuation is love, but it's really not. And so I just don't want to get any kind of complications and any kind of feelings that don't belong, because, you know, I do belong to another, and I don't want to go somewhere or put myself in a position to have feelings for someone who I'm not supposed to, because once that happens, then my judgment will get cloudy, right? You know, I start to not make decisions rationally because my feelings are involved, and so that's not going to be the best thing. But it's very, very, very tempting, I must say. I'm telling you, my emotions are something else. Emotions, period. All of our emotions are something else these days, and always have been, but, you know, I'm just saying. Mine right now are really interesting. So it's 5:56. I'm still in traffic, and I'm not, you know, the farthest away, but I'm at least 2 miles away down the freeway from my exit. It's probably about 3 miles, 3.25 miles up the road. And when you're in traffic, that can take a while for you to get through. So I'm going to have to exit off somewhere and get my card out so that I can, first of all, make sure I have it, because who wants to go to the restaurant, you know, and find out you don't have your card. So, and I'm always thankful, like, in this type of situation where I can't find my card, because, you know, that I looked ahead of time, because it's very, like, it sucks. You go somewhere, you've ordered, and now you're sitting there, you know, fumbling through your stuff trying to find your payment, you know, your money, your card, whatever, and it's like really annoying and embarrassing and all types of things. So, okay, I found it. Yes. Okay, so it's all good in the neighborhood. I have my card now, but I'm not sure what I want to eat. I mean, I like chicken. I had chicken yesterday, but I really like chicken. And I don't want pizza. I don't want Chinese. I had that for lunch. So, is my phone still on? Because I don't see the light. Yeah, it is. Okay. That's crazy. A big 18-wheeler just tried to get over in front of me. Well, it not tried. It got over in front of me without a blinker. A big FedEx 18-wheeler. Like, if you're an 18-wheeler, you don't get over in front of people without your blinker, ever. Anyway, that was pretty crazy. But there's something going on the freeway. I see police lights, so... had to pray. But there's something going on that's breaking down the lanes here, and that's why I'm getting in this traffic that I'm in. Because I can see the police car lights up here ahead. I can't see them anymore because this truck is in front of me, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, because all the cars that are on that lane, on the right lane, are sort of merging into the middle. So obviously it's blocked over there. But anyway, I'm going to get through these emotions that I've been feeling lately. The whole, you know, wanting to hang out, you know. I don't know. My emotions are pretty weird, like I said right now. And it's probably because it's Christmas time. You know, Christmas time can stir up some emotions. All of my family, except for my mom, is not here. Well, my dad. Everybody else is in another part of the country, and so... multiple parts of the country, and so we're not going to be together for Christmas, and so that sort of probably saddens me. My adopted mom died at Christmas time in 1999, and so I have that, you know, pain there that sort of crops up, and then I'm, like I said in my other video, missing that person that I love very much, that I'm waiting for God to restore the relationship, because, you know, he has to become saved, he has to get a relationship with God, because otherwise we'll be unequally yoked. So I pretty much surrendered him to God and said, okay, God, you know, and God is working in us and in him to get him to where he can be that man that I can submit to the way the Bible tells me to, the man that's going to love me as Christ has loved the church. So I'm at that point. You may be able to see the lights flashing on me from I'm passing the police car now, and the truck. There's only one car though, and now it's on the shoulder, so I'm not sure. It may not have been a wreck. It may have been a stalled car that now they've somehow moved it over to the shoulder, but the police are blocking one of the lanes, so I figure they must have been doing that for a reason. But now I'm free, so anyway, yeah, it's weird. I think my emotions are actually for, you know, the person that I love, for the guy, you know, for him. But there's other people, you know, that those feelings are, you know, like I'm trying to replace that feeling. I'm trying to see that feeling with someone else. I'm not trying to, but my emotions want to, because that's what I grew up doing. You know, replacing that need for God and that need for a dad with guys, with boyfriends. And so even if they weren't my boyfriend,